button.
Thanks, Jan. So we are a bit behind schedule, and I'm the last thing between you and lunch, so I'll try to see if I can do it in less than 5 minutes. So my name is Jörg. I'm co-founder and CEO of 42 Watt. We provide the most simple way for building owners to reach climate neutrality. I'm here today in order to build the investor relationships for the upcoming Series A. And what is the problem we are tackling? Actually, 30% of the CO2 is generated by buildings. 90% of the buildings that need to be climate neutral by 2050 already exist today, so there's no way around it. We need to decarbonize all existing buildings. And according to a McKinsey study, this requires an investment of 51,000 billion. So this is not a typo. We are really talking about 51,000 billion to decarbonize the building stock globally until 2050. It's one of the largest capex cycles we have seen, and unusually for such a large opportunity, Europe is actually leading the way. This is, of course, due to the energy crisis and to the subsidy and regulations. So while most homeowners understand the need, very few of them actually act. And why is that the case? Our customers tell us that there are two problems. Number one, there's overwhelming complexity. So from the cellar to the roof, from photovoltaics to heat pump to battery storage, it's too complex for them to take their own decision. This wouldn't be a problem. You would just go normally for advice from independent experts. In this sector, the experts are the craftsmen, but they are by no means independent. So as an owner, you always get the feeling that they try to sell you the products that they happen to have. And we are not talking about 50 euro for a new sweater, but 50,000 euro investment in one of your main assets. People just do nothing. In Germany, the renovation rate is 1%, but we don't have 100 years to reach climate neutrality. So this is the problem we are solving at 42 Watt with a marketplace. We provide the most simple solution for the building owner, and it's always built on our independent advice. In Germany, we have 16 million family home owners, and we have 500,000 craftsmen, and our marketplace basically connects the two. Ultimately, we want to make this as simple as a Netflix subscription. Now, we won't be able to do this tomorrow or next year, but this is where we want to go, because at the moment it's just way too complex, which is why no one is acting. So how far have we gotten with this approach? Since entering the market 2 years ago, our revenue has grown by more than 30x. We have more than 1,000 customers and a great net promoter score. How did we manage to achieve that? Basically by putting together an ambitious and very experienced team. As Jan mentioned, I was a VC for 10 years. I built up Wellington Partners, a venture capital firm, was one of the 5 partners. We had $1 billion under management. We did investments in Spotify and Immobilien Scout. After that 10-year period, I founded an e-commerce company. It grew very quickly, and after 4.5 years, it was acquired by Bertelsmann, the large media company. During my many years in the startup industry, I have learned how important it is to replace complex processes with very simple products, and this is what we are trying to do in the building sector. My co-founder Markus is architect and energy efficiency expert. He comes from a very successful startup in the real estate sector called Limehome. Together, we have managed to attract quite a lot of A players. Let me just mention Tim Schleier, who has built up My Hammer for 10 years. For those of you that don't know, My Hammer is a marketplace for traditional craftsmen that is very profitable. So he should know a thing or two about marketplaces. We are already supported by a strong investor base. Let me just mention Christopher Fichtner. He's the co-founder of EcoWorks and of Termondo, so he should also know a few things about the space. We have an ESG-focused fund called Bonn Venture from Munich, a real estate-focused fund called PropTech One from Berlin, and 2 international investors called Contrarian and Eneco. Actually, Eneco I met last year at the Ecosummit here. We closed our seed round in Q4, and we are now building the relationships for the upcoming Series A. So in summary, it's a huge market. It's an experienced team that has delivered great growth so far, but we are just getting started. So if you want to join us in our mission to make all buildings climate neutral, please reach out to me. Thank you.